Here are the Dream Team, Deb and Joe. Get ready to sink your teeth into tonight's episode because we're thrilled to be joined by the author Priscilla Stone, who has a knack for blending things that are a little scary and things that are a lot sexy. Welcome in, Priscilla.
Hello, thank you for having me.
That was an awesome intro.
Yeah, I liked it. I was over here smiling.
Sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
I feel like if I say it, it doesn't come out right. But when you say it, it sounds great.
Well, like my earbud just dropped off in the middle as while I was talking. So it was like, oh. Priscilla, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Priscilla Stone, and I write dark vampire romance, bordering a little bit of I've been told, I've read darker things, but I've been told it kind of borders erotic horror. Because the whole vampire aspect of it, things get, a little messy. But I've written, I'm like, oh, one sentence is enough. I've written, I think, 4 books now. 3 of them are in my series called The Crimson Quarter Chronicles, and one is kind of like a world spinoff, and it's a dark gargoyle, gothic, Snowden romance novella.
Oh.
I tell everybody about the gargoyle one because I can't wait to read it, and I don't know why. I've just been too busy to read it, but it sounds so good.
It's pretty wild. So I say it's a little smut snack because it's only like 100 pages. But I am working on some character development with it because people were like, we loved the characters, but we need more of this, and so it will be released as like a full novel with a continuance on Valentine's Day.
Ooh. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nice
about
little bloody treat.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's very, very bloody. Read your TWs because it's a little filthy. It's a little filthy. I wrote it during a manic episode, so it was just no holds barred with my FMC and the gargoyle. And I was, kind of in a mood because I'm bipolar, so I have some bipolar rep in the book, and it was like I was snowed in. I was kind of getting like really antsy about things, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to write this gargoyle book, and it just kind of like turned into something just raunchy and wonderful at the same time.
Aww.
But I always had a crush on Goliath and from Gargoyles, and I was so mad that the last episode was the detective finally kissing him. And I was like, y'all edged me for 3 seasons, and that's all we get? A kiss? Well, now look what you did.
You wrote your own ending.
And it's probably not what they would have liked. Like, Goliath would never act like this. He was a gentleman, but my gargoyle is not a gentleman.
That's so funny.
I think that's why I'm so excited, because I loved Goliath and the detective. So.
I'm in love with it, and I'm having so much fun expanding and giving the characters more, they deserve more. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yes.
That's really cool that you can revisit it and revamp it. Go ahead, Kayla. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, hon. The Crimson Quarter, it's 3 books, right?
So right now, there's the prequel, and then it's going to be 4 books total. There's the prequel, there's book 1, which is Marked Mortality. So I probably should say the names. The prequel is Samael's Descent, and then book 1 is Marked Mortality, and then book 3 is Scarlet Severing, and oh my gosh, I messed that all up, guys. So the prequel, and then there'll be 4 books after that. The technically third one will come out in November, and it's called Blood Brat. So there'll be 1 more after that, only because my beta readers were like, you're not done. Like, what about all these things you didn't answer? Like there's a lot of loose ends, in other words. So I was like, okay, well, it's going to be 4. And then I have some worlds kind of like popping off of that, because I did Samael's Descent, which is one of the main vampires. and people just love him. So he has his own little novella, which is the prequel. And there's a couple other like vampires that people are like, I need his book. And so and it was supposed to be like one book, and then now it's kind of blossomed into this big world. And the Gargoyle book is also part of that world. And you'll meet that vampire inside the Gargoyle book too.
That's cool. I love that they're all connected. So what inspired you to do the vampire books?
So when I was in high school, I was the little goth girl, go figure. And I've just always been like a weirdo. Like in grade school, they were calling me Wednesday Addams, which is cool now, but at the time it was like a dig. So in high school, I started writing, and I've always written like little fairy tales when I was younger, and just I've always like kind of written short stories. Well, in high school, we had an assignment to write a short story, and I asked if it could be scary or horror, and so I wrote it. And I had just come back to school because my father took his own life. So I was kind of like in a dark time. Thank you. So I was kind of in a dark time, and I was out of school for a while for obvious reasons, but I didn't tell the teacher like what was going on or anything, because it's kind of like not something you're just like, by the way, I was gone, because
Yeah.
So I was not ready to talk about it then. And I wrote this story about a vampire walking in an alley, and he kind of gets jumped in the alley, and he is turned into a vampire. And then at the end of the story, he's turning somebody into a vampire in an alley, and it's kind of like a flashback for him. But the teacher did not like it because he said it was too dark and I needed to see a counselor. And I was like, well, can I have the story back? And he was like, no. So I don't even have the story.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that kind of like, it was because everybody was like on me about it. And I was like, the worst thing that happened in that story was like the guy that he was biting pissed himself. That was like the worst thing that happened, and they took it from me. So that was who ended up being Samael later in my books. And then so I was kind of like I tried to finish school for science. I have a background in molecular biology. I tried to finish school for that. I tried to do the whole UFO public speaking circuit, and I have kids and we're military, so I couldn't travel to these events like I was being offered. And I finally was like, I had to find something that I loved just as much as I loved, talking with the UFO people. So I ended up, and to be honest, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was having really bad insomnia because my husband went overseas for work. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was having manic episodes, and I was undiagnosed. So I was just up till all these hours writing and listening to music, just nonstop writing. And then I finally, got diagnosed, and they're like, well, you probably have had maladaptive daydreaming your whole life. And then now you finally have it in a book. So, so it's just, it's a way, I guess, to like people with, I'm really big right now on like trying to talk about mental health and people that have ADHD or they're not neurotypical, you know what I mean? Or bipolar or anything any affliction of the mind that we see the world differently. Artists, writers, poets, musicians, like we don't see things the way other people do. It's very tangible in our head, but we can often get lost in that. So I think that ended up being my outlet without even knowing I needed it.
Well, I'm glad you found an outlet.
Yeah, turned into good therapy.
Yeah, it really, really did.
I still can't believe you lost that story in high school.
Yeah.
So they didn't give it back.
No, he was like horrible. And then I remember he started a writing club later. I ended up switching high schools because it kind of led like down this like rabbit hole of like me getting picked on in high school for various reasons. And I was in high school during the time of Columbine, which was the horrible,
Yes.
Yeah.
So the guy was not goth that did it, but people, for some reason, they're like, he had a trench coat, he's goth or whatever. So you were automatically targeted. Like people were starting rumors, and it became very like problematic for me. I was getting bullied. I was getting rocks thrown at me walking home from school. Like it was bad. So
Jesus.
it was horrible. So I ended up switching schools. But I did write another novella while I was in high school, the first one, and it's kind of funny. I found it, like it's handwritten, and some of the pages are typed and printed out. Like I didn't have a computer, so I remember like typing a chapter and printing it out, and typing a chapter and printing it out. So I found it like just because I move a lot for the military, so like I just found it like when we moved here, and I was like, I thought that like got lost, and so it's all like water on the edges, and like it's pretty crazy looking. I was like, oh my gosh, this was my first vampire novella, and I'm like, what did 15-year-old me know about getting finger blasted under a table by a vampire?
Well, you were just hoping.
We were putting it in the universe, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why was I a sophomore in high school writing about 5 vampires and 1 girl? I don't know. I mean, it started early.
Yeah. Imaginations are amazing.
Yeah, my reverse harem obsession came in my 30s, but no.
Oh no, I read all that stuff too in high school.
There it is, Kay.
Wild.
You mentioned it.
I know every single author grade. I put it out there.
Well, it's become, there's more authors doing it now, you know what I mean? And I found out about, I think the first dark romance book I officially read was Santana Knox's Heartless Heathens. And I was like, we're allowed to write like this? Like, I can say that in a book? I loved it, you know? So, yeah, it's definitely been so fun to kind of like join the dark romance community.
How is that? Like, I know there's a lot of great authors, but then there's some, I don't want to say drama, but like there's some, I guess, drama around around the darker.
Is
Genres?
it specific? Is it specific to dark romance?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a book talk thing, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of different discourse happening, right? Like we've got, like every time I go on Threads, it's something new, and I think that the biggest thing is the targeting dark romance in specific authors. Like anytime somebody's mad at something dark romance, they go after H.D. Carlton. Like she is always bombarded with these people, and she's an amazing writer, and her books are very dark, and people need that though. Like I know somebody's like, what's wrong with you? You need that, please. But some of us are processing some very real feelings that we've, some very real trauma, some very real darkness. And by reading it, it kind of gives you a place to, reading it or writing it, it gives you a place to put that without bringing it into your world and ruining your life. Because can you imagine?
That is a beautiful way to say that. Yes.
It's true. Like people that are attracted to dark romance, like we are not the same. You know what I mean? Like we are seeking the darkness as a place to hold a part of us, and we can't tell everybody about this, like whatever you're writing, I don't care who the author is. I just used her as an example because the biggest discourse always falls back on those books, and it upsets me because those books have changed so many people's life. And that's a lot of dark romance people that, that they will say the same thing with the Lord series. Like those books are wild, but I love that. I needed that in my life when I was reading them. So I don't know what that says about people that read dark romance, but it has to go somewhere. You can't keep it inside you, and you definitely can't let those dark thoughts trickle into real life.
No, it's a constructive outlet. It's a constructive outlet. It's you, like you said, you're not harming anything by reading it, but you are getting the experience.
Exactly.
I like it. That was a very good explanation.
It makes me think like the shadow aspect, people dealing with that, like dealing with their spirituality, the shadow aspect of yourself,
Like
processing.
you don't need to live it, but you think about it. So then I don't know
It's
how
there.
to
It's
explain.
there. And
Yeah.
from a spiritual standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Usui Reiki trained. I'm actually a psychic vampire. I know that sounds super weird, but because people think energy vampires are like here to like ruin your life, right? When I was studying Reiki, I learned that like you don't have like you can use that energy for yourself as long as somebody says, "Oh, you can have it." And I know that sounds super weird, but real like there is like a energy level or there's an energy work that people do that is called psychic vampirism, and it's almost like Reiki, but you keep it. So understanding like with Reiki, you like transmute it and you put it in the earth or you give it to the spirit, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
But psychic vampires are like, that's a tasty little trauma. Can I eat it? So it actually helps. Like there's a book called The Psychic Vampire Codex. So if you're listening to this and you think I'm crazy, I might be, but there's also books that talk about this.
We're
But
all crazy. Don't
the
worry.
dark side
Wait,
of it.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm crazy.
The second Vampire Codex.
Psychic Vampire Codex. It's by
Okay.
M. Ballinger. It's a
Yes,
blue
I'm
book.
taking notes.
She's writing it down.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
because it's a spiritual practice on like transmuting energy, and I do put that in my book a lot. Like my vampires feed off energy, and they transmute energy. Like when they're feeding on somebody, like when they're feeding on the FMC before they ruin her life, they are kind of helping her process some trauma. And so there's a point where the vampire is like, I keep like taking this from me, but it keeps coming back. And that in the gargoyle book, that's Zara. She's bipolar and she's depressed. So he's like, I keep trying to take this from you, but I'm trying to take this energy out of you, but it's like an endless source in your brain of this darkness. And no matter how much I eat it for you, it keeps coming back. And so that's, very similar to what energy workers do, like in real life.
So you said that you have, like, with this, is it similar to what we know or what we think we know about vampires, and that they have to have permission to come in? You have to give them permission. You have to have permission to take whatever they're feeding on.
Yeah, and that's any energy work. I know we're like veering off into spirituality too, but
Sorry.
No, I don't mind.
That's my jail.
No, I don't mind at all. I was I just thought I was like an energy worker before I started following M. Ballinger's work, and I'm like, oh, that checks out. So not only but you hear psychic vampires and it's all bad. It's not all bad. And then people talk about shadow work, right? And I think a lot of people shadow work translates into either reading or writing dark romance, and same thing with dark metal music, right? Like it's your shadow side, and people are so afraid of it, but a lot of our beauties and our dark side, your sensuality, your sexiness, your ability to like just be in a dark velvety place and it's not harmful. People think dark, they think like hurting people or stuff like that. It's not always that. Like you're telling me like your light side isn't going to want to move into that deep sensuality with somebody. That's your shadow side.
Yeah. It's a balance, right? Balance. Sorry, guys. Go ahead with the book stuff. Let's talk books.
Part of the book stuff.
Yeah,
We did get a book, though. We did get a book, and really great information there. Psychic Vampire Codex.
it transitions into her writing, or anybody's writing, I guess.
And speaking of writing things down, I did not catch the Crimson Corner series, the titles of all the 3 books.
Yeah, I need to focus when I say this, huh? So the Crimson Quarter Chronicles is 3 books and a prequel right now. The prequel is Samael's Descent. Book 1 is Marked Mortality. Book 2 is Scarlet Severing. Book 3, that's coming out on November 11th, 2025, is Blood Brat. And book 4 will be probably like a New Year's release in 2026. I haven't come up with a title for that one yet.
So November of 2026 and November of 2025.
Yes.
Got books coming out. Okay. Thank you.
We should have did your interview on that Tuesday. We should have just switched your interview to the 11th. We could have had a release party.
Can we?
Yeah.
Do we have any openings?
Well, we just booked that with Jen.
No! Gotcha.
Well, I'm releasing the other Gargoyle book in February, so if you want to have a Valentine's Day party, we can do that too.
Oh my god, that'll be so much fun.
Oh, and it can be all creepy instead of all lovey-dovey.
Oh, yes, yes. My birthday's in February, and every birthday I had was like hearts and cupids, and I'm like,
Blah.
no, we want to get snowed in with a gargoyle and do fuzzy things.
Yes.
Both of you guys. Yes!
I'll have to get with you guys on social media and see if you guys want me to send you the NSFW gargoyle art.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's fun.
Absolutely.
So, who do you think your biggest writing inspirations are?
I read a lot of Anne Rice and Stephen King and Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I love Edgar
Nice.
Allan Poe.
So I don't know if any of that translates into my writing because you don't see your writing like that, you know. But those are the three that I read a lot that kind of like made people think I was a weirdo.
You are not a weirdo.
If you are, we are too, so it's okay.
You're in good company then, I guess. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I like poetry, though. And it's easy to write when you're in a dark place.
Oh, absolutely. He was just such a fascinating person. And yes, it's horrible that he married somebody so young, but you know, in the times that a lot of people were doing that. And I mean, obviously I wouldn't condone that like at all.
Now, right.
Right. So that aside, what he wrote was very unique and very dark.
Yeah. Personal life, not so much.
Yeah. And he even had a lot of troubles with that. And there's a podcast called My Victorian Nightmare, and she reinvestigates his life and his passing in a way that I hadn't heard before.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, and that whole podcast is cool. Like if you're into Victorian era weirdness.
I am.
We are.
Yes.
Well, I'll have a book for you on Halloween too next year because I did Victorian era vampires and a spiritual medium. So I'll let you know when that one's out.
Yes. For sure.
Have you read Phantasma yet?
I haven't. I don't read in my genre. Like
that makes sense.
I don't like. I'll read like my friends. Like if they write something like I'm friends with T.A. Cruz and he writes werewolf romance. You should have him on. He writes werewolves. I'll read werewolves, but I can't read vampires while I'm writing vampires.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Then if you're reading it, it might weasel its way in your own.
Yeah, and I mean we've all seen, and you know, everything's a trope for a reason, but at the same time, like I don't want to like have their story bleed into mine.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
But I love a good mafia. Like I'm a slut for mafia anything.
I have yet to read one of those.
Well, if you like vampires, mine is Vampire Mafia, so you can.
Oh. Best of both worlds.
So have you read the Madison Kate series?
I haven't. So I just kind of started getting into mafia, mafia because I read one as an arc. Like I will arc read other authors, and one of them was mafia, and I was like, oh my gosh! But I've always been into like Scarface and that sort of thing. So I'm always looking for good mafia recs because I feel like I need more mafia book boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend the Madison Kate series and the sister series to it. It's good.
Yeah, that sounds, because I know I need to read something besides paranormal because I'm writing paranormal.
Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, I used to love the books with the twins that could like speak telepathically. I was so into that stuff.
I mean, it's
Being
actually
a
like a
twin.
phenomenon between twins in real life. And you guys can't get me going on this weird stuff because I used to have a paranormal podcast.
Yes, Kayla, can you speak in your twin's mind?
No, but like we are very in tune to each other. We will go to like family gatherings and wear the same thing but different colors. And we are not like we're not that close anymore, but we still do the same things without knowing it. We'll trade vehicles on the same day and like get the same color, and then come home and show each other. Like we both literally got Ford Explorers on the same day one time. Mine was blue and hers was black. I
Oh,
traded
wow.
my Explorer for a truck and she traded her Explorer for a truck.
Yeah, see?
See, you guys are creepy on accident. I like it.
Yeah.
But we do know when like something's going on with the other one. We'll just text and say, hey, just wanted to check, got that feeling, and then like something will be going on at work or something, and just
So you can sense when the other's in distress, probably.
yeah.
You guys are creepy.
She's like,
No,
I'm just kidding.
it's okay. I mean, we are a little bit. She is total opposite of me though. Like I love the books and everything nerdy, and she's like, give me a farm and
oh,
outdoors.
my goodness. I'm learning about the farmers out here in Texas. I went to a birthday party for one of the boys, and it was the first birthday party I've been to. And I'm like, everything out here is like in the country. Like, they're not even joking around. Like, there's cows out here, and like, there's horses and cows out here. So, like, I drive down Farm to Market Road because everything's on Farm to Market Road. And so, so I show up, and like all these dogs run up, and there's like roosters, and she's got a macaw, and like I got slimed by one of the Labradors, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what in the world is happening out here?
It's wild.
It's wild. Yeah, people just have like animals everywhere.
That's
Well,
my
we have a lot
house.
of, yeah, we have a lot of animals, but not so much horses anymore. But Deb and I live in a very rural area.
Oh,
Rural.
she said royal. All right, she's
Yeah.
a royal cowgirl or something.
Yes.
Listen,
I harass all the kids about that all the time. Yes, we are in the middle of nowhere, for sure.
There's a lot of middle of nowhere out here. I'm finding that out in Texas. It's very pretty though. I loved it. Like I went to go visit somebody and I'm like, this means I get to listen to music and drive like 3 hours because my friend lives towards the coast. So I had to drive through Houston and I was like, as long as I have my music, I'm good. And up until Houston, it was a really nice drive.
Oh, yeah, I'd say Houston's a madhouse.
It is, but I mean, it's a city, so you can't really expect to just flow
Yeah.
on through it. It's I lived in the East Coast for a while, and my bio still says I live in the East Coast, but I do not. But it's busy out there too.
so, how do you, how does your writing process work?
Um, I've been trying to organize it. The first so the first 3 books, well, the first 2 books of Crimson Quarter Chronicles, like I was saying, were kind of written um when I was fine, like kind of like surface level fine, like I was still functioning, but at nighttime everything would come out. And before I moved to Baltimore, I was doing this thing where I would lay there and put music on and sort of watch the movie in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to the point where my husband's like, what are you doing? Like, you've been laying there for hours. And I'm like, what? So now I know that's called maladaptive daydreaming. So I was in it. Do you know what I mean? I was in it. I
Mhm.
was watching it. I was there. And so that kind of, I went back to school and I got busy when we got to Baltimore. I was doing a lot of the UFO stuff. So that kind of took some energy away from it. And then when all that got taken away from me and my husband went overseas and it was just me and the kids, I think a lot of that stress translated back into the process of writing. And for me, it was just like knocking it out. Just any chance I got. I was waiting for the kids. I was writing on my phone on Google Apps. They were doing jujitsu and I'm writing on my phone on Google Apps. Like it was like an obsession. Now it's kind of like the process is different. The process is sticky notes everywhere. So it's still like, bam, this thought, that thought. I'm what they call a pantser. I'm not a plotter. So I have like main plot points, but sometimes one of the scenes will come in the middle of the night and I have to get up and write it no matter what time it is.
Do you think that you were like moving to Texas? It's hotter. It's less vampire-y. In my mind, does that affect your writing at all? Writing the darker
Well,
thing?
not really, because I think I'll be posting like a thing on my TikTok of like my office, and little by little, I'm making it like darker and darker. Um, it's kind of a lot of my writing is at night though, because it just has to be like the vibe has to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that it's affecting me in any way, because I feel like as long as I make I'm like like there's mood readers. I'm kind
Mhm.
of a mood writer. So if I feel like I need to get, like, I can't be writing, when the kids are all over the place being loud. Like it has to be late at night or while they're at school. As long as I set my space and my intention, I'm able to kind of drop back into it. It's not like before where it was like an all consuming thing. I think that was fun,
Mhm.
but not very healthy. So now that I am therapy, mood stabilizers, these kind of like, it's not so much of like a knock it out, I have to get it all out. It's paced. So I think as long as I have my setting, I can drop back into the world, even if it's hot outside, or I just don't go outside.
And the first time I met you on your live, you were saying that you wanted it dark in there, and your office is so pretty with the books, and it's just so you, like, you're tailoring it perfectly for you, I think.
You have to kind of like make your own little happy place. Do you know what I mean? Like I never wanted to live in a suburb. I never pictured myself being a mom and married and all this stuff. So I love my family and I'm very thankful that, I have my husband. He supports the chaos. I'm able to stay home with the kids and I'm able to write and he supports. At the same time, I still need like that little slice of something that's not so mundane. And I think that's also why people read. We read to
Right.
kind of go somewhere. And that's
Yeah.
what I do. I write. So I needed like my own little corner of the house to be like dark and broody, or my book corner. And I know a lot of people, both readers and writers, are like that.
Yeah. That's why we all read,
Yeah.
because life can get monotonous.
Yep.
What do you think the most challenging part of writing is for you?
Probably like spelling, grammar, that sort of thing, because when you're writing something or you're reading something so many times, your brain will kind of like gloss over it and fix it, and it's hard to catch your own mistakes after a while. So I think the hardest part for me is honestly, as an indie author, to find an editor to help me with book edits. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they'll see something that you've read 1,000 times and you never saw it. And so the challenging thing for me is grammar, typos, and stuff like that, kind of just falling through the cracks. And the indie author community gets a lot of kind of like a hassle for that. But a good editor is like thousands of dollars. So it's really hard. I finally found somebody that she runs Dark Romance Team. She's one of the admins for Dark Romance Team, and she's doing indie author editing at an insanely low price. So I'm using her for Blood Brat, and then I'll probably see if she'll just go through everything else. So just editing, like formatting is fun. It's hard, but if you have like any sort of artistic bone in your body, like formatting is really fun. So the way the book looks, you know what I mean, with like the dark pages and like how you
Mm-hmm.
put your author's note, and I just love cover design and I love doing all the formatting, so that's fun. But yeah, the hardest part is just making a polished thing to put out there.
I
Yeah,
think
I
that would,
imagine that would be hard.
yeah. Mine would be like one big run-on sentence.
Well, people like, people like to complain about that with new authors, and it's like they're almost like making it seem like you don't deserve to have your stuff out there. And I get it. I get if you're charging like $20 for a book or whatever. I totally get that you're buying a book, you want it to be perfect. At the same time, like it's hard to find the means to get a good editor.
Yeah.
And you want
But
people to like hear your story, and you do the best you can.
but even with traditionally published authors, like you find mistakes in those books as well.
Yeah. And I find a lot, like, I don't know if when they switch it to like a e-reader version, if like some of the words get messed up or they were like that in the printed book, but I find mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
I don't hate them for it.
Oh no, there's people that are like,
I just go on.
they'll be like, I am DNFing a book because it had a typo in it. Like,
This is part of that book talk drama that you guys were talking about earlier.
yeah.
Jeez Louise.
No, somebody like sent me a video, and it's somebody like going on and calling like indie writers and Kindle Unlimited the home goods of the writing world, and it's a problem and all this stuff. And I was like, why did you send this to me? Like, I don't want to know. Like, I like being blissfully unaware of the drama, and now you've just sent me the drama, and now I know about it.
Well, and I think what's important is when people, excuse me, I watched a video today too regarding audio platforms and, just boycott, stay away. And I'm like, I love that. I love that people want to advocate for something different, but also present a solution. I'm very solution based. Don't sit and complain about all the things without coming up with a solution or putting your best foot forward and creating a solution. Because I think that's what will really help people move
Yeah.
and get away from what people don't want them to be around or what they think is hurtful to the community.
And it's all, it's all relative to, like, we're all playing our role in the community. So, because, not everybody wants to read happily ever after. Not everybody wants to read, what is it, cozy romance. And some people like will read anything, and you just have to you just have to really, like, whether you're a reader or a writer, remind yourself, or even an audio narrator, like, remind yourself that if it doesn't apply to you, you really have to learn to just be like, next slide.
Let it
Like,
go.
yeah.
That's
Like,
okay.
yeah, because it's a hard thing to swallow. Like, like, I don't look at my reviews like I used to when I first started, and then there was the whole like reader space versus writer space, so I was like, okay, well, I didn't realize that was offensive to readers if I read the reviews, so I stopped reading them. But then people want to cause drama, so somebody sent me a really bad review, like a screenshot of it, and obviously, like, I'm gonna look at it, right, because I'm human.
Right.
But I was like, oh my gosh, like I was in tears. I was ready to pull like I was ready to
Aww.
shelve everything. I was just like so exhausted from it. And then I was like, it kind of just came to me like, they don't matter. If they don't like it, then they're not your ideal reader.
Right.
You don't want somebody reading your book that doesn't like it anyway. So it's just like, you don't want to read some missionary romance,
Yeah. Well, for me, even if I don't like a book, I'll still leave a good review if the writing was good, the plot or whatever. and just say it wasn't like, my cup of tea for me, but like I still leave a good review on the author and the story. I
No,
never just want to dog somebody.
this
Oh, this
this
harkens
person
back to our
hated.
first
Yeah.
podcast, guys. So sweet. We were talking about what were we talking about in our first podcast?
Was it
It
trigger
was
warnings?
it was similar to this,
Yeah.
where it was just like if you're triggered by stuff, like it's okay to be triggered and to move on. And like, or if it's okay to just put down a book when you're not interested in it.
Well,
If you
yeah.
find out that you're not interested in it, it's not hard. Just
One
walk
of my
away.
beta readers, she's read everything I've written, and just the natural progression of things for the FMC in my book is like, at heart, yes, I'm like funny about it. Like, oh, they're slutty vampires, haha. Let's have a few of them at once. Like, yeah, I get into
Right.
that. But at the heart of the matter, she is slipping into a relationship with a narcissistic rich asshole, and it's not pretty. And he's mafia, and mafia is not pretty. It's and when he finds out of her betrayal, like, do you think he's just gonna be like, oh well, I love you? Like, no, like it gets worse for her in book 3. And one of my beta readers was like, I had to put the book down a few times. And I was like, like, if it's doing that to you, please stop reading it. She's like, no, I'm invested. But I just had to take some breaks because, as you can imagine, if a mafia boss finds out that you've been deceiving him, like, there's going to be some torture.
Yeah.
And there is.
Yeah.
And it's very psychological. It gets physical. It's really, it's just how I wrote it. I just, there is one grape scene that gets stopped very quickly, because I felt like I had to make one of the vampires go full villain in order to do what I wanted to do to him at the end of the book, which is also horrible. So somebody's like, you did him dirty. One of my beta
Yeah,
readers.
good.
So I was like, well, he deserved it. And they're like,
Yes.
why'd you make him like that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, people don't realize, like, once you create a persona with a character and you have like a crazy brain like mine where just things take off, like the character starts doing what it wants, and you're just like,
That's a
okay,
good character then.
like he wanted to be evil, and I wanted them to have their revenge on him, so that was evil too. And it's just, but it's not like, I don't want somebody to read something that's going to make them uncomfortable. And some of my ARC readers have reached out to me in the past and said, like, hey, like, you should probably add this content warning or this trigger warning because you have all these other ones, but when I got to this part, I was not expecting that, and it adversely affected me, but I still want to read. But I just want you to know, like, maybe you missed this one. And I have no problem adding another one. Not because it's cool and be like, oh, look at my laundry list, or, or what is it, shopping list?
Yeah.
I'm not because I'm trying to shock. I'm not trying to shock people, but we are writing about a very dark series, and things are going to get worse before they get better, just like in a real abusive relationship. And a lot of us have lived that in one way or another. So yes, we put it under the mask of monsters, werewolves, and vampires, but there's some really human qualities that go into books that people get mad about, but they don't realize, like, some of us have been through similar things, or we're processing stuff like that on a whole nother level that they just don't understand.
Well, and I feel like a lot of times with the darker things with vampires or werewolves, people forget that they're not like the guy next door that's a rom-com guy. Like, these guys are meant to be a little bit darker and do their own thing.
There's whole cozy golden retriever romances for people. This is not that. This is not that. And that's why we put, like, if anybody has an author's note at the beginning of their book, this is, your behavioral health matters in any part of it. You really need
Pay
to
attention.
Yeah. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to gaslight anybody or whatever, but, like, a lot goes into trying to make the list complete to the point of where I put biting as a trigger warning for a vampire book.
Oh gosh, you think that would be, apparent?
Yes, but you have to cover all your bases. You know what I mean?
Well, as an author, this is what we were talking about in the first podcast. It was, as an author, at what point does it become like the color green is going to become a trigger? Like, anything literally could become a trigger. So what's a slippery slope, and where do we draw the line, and how do authors kind of fight back and like, no, we're not doing this anymore because a vampire book is going to include biting.
Yeah, and
Like,
blood, right? So, and we
right,
can't talk about
exactly.
it. Like, nobody's allowed to say blood or vampire or bite. Like, every one of my videos, I have to appeal.
Jeez.
It's gotten better because I've been kind of like being a smartass about it. Like, I have one where it's like, this is me. I'm talking about an inappropriate book, but I can't tell you what's in it that's inappropriate. It's about vampires, and it has everything that vampires should include, but I'm not allowed to say it. So, I've kind of
Wow.
like tried to like make it funny because I was also like, everything was getting like, I was literally sitting there one day and it's like portrayal of sexual acts. I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting here like, I mean, I know I'm sexy, but I'm just kidding. I'm like a walking, I'm a walking, what is it? Community violation, just existing.
I just wish there was more protection against the authors, I guess, and
Support the author.
more accountability for as a reader or as a consumer.
We're not allowed to
And
say anything though as authors. We have to sit here. We have to listen to people tell us, you need to do this, you need to do that. You didn't do that right, but you did this okay. We're not allowed to stand up for ourselves because if you do, here comes the, like, I always picture on Beauty and the Beast when they're coming after the Beast, like with Gaston and that whole mob.
oh yeah,
Yes.
I always picture that, and I'm like, I'm not allowed to stand up for myself. Like, somebody made a 7-minute video and tagged me in it about, like, they didn't know how they felt in my book because it was so, like, everything was wrong with it.
what?
And I was like, and it was somebody that was emailing me that I added content warnings for, and she was very, like, I thought it was going to be okay, but then here comes this video, right? I was kind of blindsided, and it was just like, if my first 2 books didn't sit with my first, if you can't get through the prequel, if that's too much for you, like, don't read anymore, because that went from
Right.
13 TWs to like 35 or 45 on the last, and the third book's going to be crazy, and it's not, again, I'm not doing it to be cool or be so dark that I need pages of trigger warnings. I'm doing it because I'm looking out for the people reading it. Now, if I do all that, and then for some reason there is one rape scene in Blood Brat, like, and there's a mention of miscarriage off scene, like a memory, and I'm putting that because I care about people. But at the same time, like, it's going to go back to, how dare you even write about that? Well, here's the thing, sweetheart. I've had a miscarriage. I've been a survivor of SA. Like, these happen in real life. And
Right.
some of us have to reprocess that in a fantasy setting, whether you're a reader or a writer, to kind of resolve it. And I don't condone any of that behavior. Again, in the author's note, like, none of this should be done in real life. Like, if my best friend was dating this vampire, I would have had to kidnap her because he's horrible,
That's unfortunate because
Yeah.
I
People get carried
really wish.
away. People
Well,
aren't like that.
as an author, I just wish there was more that they could do because I hear it all of the time. Well, you just gotta kind of let it go and let them do what they want and not let it bother them. But that's just not allowing. That's enabling behavior. I'm not saying everybody, right? But it's a slippery slope on the other side.
Yeah. And then there was
Where
a whole like thing where they're like, if I'm a reader, don't follow me back. Well, I automatically follow people back. Like, I do it out of, like,
courtesy.
that's just what you do. And then I saw that, I was like, well, like, do I need to put a disclaimer saying like, hi, I'm an author. I also read, but if I'm allowed to follow you back,
Jeez,
DM me a
Louise.
thumbs up if I can follow you back. Like, it's just so much. And then you do, again, go to the point where, like, not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to like my stories. Not everybody's going to like everything. So they can just go somewhere. They don't have to be part of my world, my readership or anything. But
Right.
then I see other people, like, with big followings kind of attacking each other or attacking a smaller creator with their drama. And that's when it gets really, hostile.
But that's unfortunate. Like, even with a bigger following is creating, that is the stage. Like, that's like the Hollywood, right? Of our little community who are trying to build themselves up and work them. It's just, Oh, I could go on and on. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
I just think everybody should try to help each other. And if you don't like something, you don't have to read it, but that doesn't give you the right to automatically bash somebody.
No, because everybody's just working their hardest, and it's their creative outlet. Like mine's painting, hers is writing. Like everybody has the right to do those things.
I agree.
So Priscilla,
Priscilla,
you've got the two books coming out. You got 1125 is Blood Rat. 2026, you've got the third book.
So
And then
11 this year,
huh?
11/11/25 is Blood Rat, book 3. And then
Okay.
February so Valentine's Day of 2026 is it'll be Soul of Stone continuance. And then, so it'll be like the Soul of Stone novel, essentially, because it's a novella right now. And then I'm trying to get a Summerween thing going. I'm working on that, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year or next year. So like next year, like it's still like 2026. I have a lot of ideas, but for sure in 2026 we'll have February 14th, the Gargoyle novel. Halloween, give or take a few days, is going to be the Victorian. It's called Seance Arcane, and it's about a medium that falls in love with a vampire, and like ectoplasm can be used as lube in this, so I love it. I love writing it.
Wow.
nice.
So it's like that old people.
Interesting.
She's a spiritualist, and he's he owns kind of like a gambling hall for like gentlemen, but obviously it's a whorehouse because he's a vampire.
It sounds so good.
In my mind, all vampires have whores. I don't know why. So they got, brothels or strip clubs or something like that happening. So, he's that's the same world too. Like his maker is a vampire that's in all the Crimson Quarter Chronicles too. So, and then the fourth book will be out like I'll just say winter of 2026. So next year I'll have 3, and then I have 1 more to go this year.
Wow. So busy.
Busy, yeah. Are you working with any narrators to get audiobooks out, or?
So I've talked to R.L. Brook. He has done some snippets for me, and he is very like gravelly. Like I want him to be Samael. So him and I have kind of like been throwing around the idea of doing like a Kickstarter or something
Mm-hmm.
to get at least the novella on an audiobook. He's even said like I'll do it, for royalties, which is insane because I'm not a popular author. Like he's gonna make like 5 cents. So, but he wants to do it. What we would need the money for is audio, like what do they call it? Sound engineering.
Yeah.
So him and I have kind of like flirted with the idea, and he's working and he's also doing book narration. So it's kind of like a slow process, but I think that at some point him and I will hopefully do that. And I was like, I'll even do the female characters to save money. Like I can do that if he can do that, and he's all about it. And I love the way he reads this vampire. And then for the Victorian vampire, I have somebody in mind for that too. But like narration is expensive. He did a snippet for me, and this Victorian vampire is just so like uppity and cunty, and he's just very like English and rich, and he's an asshole, and I love him. But I kind of like said, hey, you got to be like this, and he did a snippet for me, but because I planned on releasing that this year, but with Blood Rat kind of like coming out in November, and then the Valentine's Day Gargoyle book, like I feel like I didn't want to like rush it because I want it to be a good book, and it's very Gothic Victorian. I want to take my time with it. So I have that snippet, but I'm not gonna throw it out there till probably next summer.
Well,
That's
that's
exciting.
awesome.
Yeah,
Rob,
and so like I only listen to audiobooks. So this is good information for me.
I have a reader that listen, she does the assisted reading on Kindle,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm obviously you're not going to get the growls and all that from it, but if you want to like listen to it.
Someone has told me about that, that it's like come up. It's gotten better as time has gone on.
Richie, yeah, he told you.
Yeah, I think it was Richie. Such a sweetie.
Rob was actually the first narrator that we had on the podcast. So.
Oh, I love him. He read one of my scenes, and like anytime I think of Rob, I think of that scene, and it's the chapter is called "Fucking in the Catacombs," or the scene is called that.
Nice.
And he couldn't even he tried to put it on his we tried to put it out so many times it just kept like automatically yanked off TikTok. I would be happy to email you guys the audio.
Gotta hear that.
Because it is
Definitely.
Rob is a vampire. Holy shit!
Yes.
Yeah,
Like my God.
I could hear it. I could hear it
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like,
So, for the speaking of Rob, but do you know any audio engineers? Do you know how much they cost? What would your Kickstarter entail? I've never done one, so I don't know what it looks like.
He's referred me to another author, and she's like, once you get a price point, we can talk about go through the process, because I think she's done it. And so he said he's going to reach out to some oh my gosh, what are they called? Sound engineers. And he's going to get a price from them, because basically he's willing to do it and have royalties. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just wants to do it. And obviously he's amazing. So I would love to have him do it. And he is going to talk to her. So, and then once we get a price going, I kind of have to think about all the things that would go into a Kickstarter, right? Am I giving out character art, or am I having a special edition for people that give so much, which would be super fun. And that would give me a chance to kind of have an excuse to do a full color version of my formatting for somebody else's site.
Ooh, yeah.
So I think it would be fun to do that. So character art and that probably. And so I have to think about all of that, and he has to kind of let me know how much sound engineering is, because that's going to be the biggest cost.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I hope he does it, because that would be awesome. And I kind of want to hold off to for the novels to have, I'm sure he can do different voices. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure with a little coaching, I could do the FMC.
Yeah, I think you would be great.
You have a great voice, great tone.
Tell me how to say it. Somebody help me act. But I feel if you're kind of doing your own book too, you understand.
Yeah, you're gonna know what they're. Yeah.
Cadence and stuff for sure.
I actually just got a snippet done from, I don't know if you follow Theo and Maddie I follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, I do.
They
are good.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
If I had all the money, if I had all the money,
I hear you.
It'd be Theo, Maddie, and Rob. The
dream team. What?
Because they read a snippet between the FMC and the vampire, and I picked the scene because Samuel's kind of feral, he's kind of he does stupid man shit, but on a vampire level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a scene where she's kind of been using him as a sneaky link, and he's like, you know what, I'm done with this. You know what, you just try to off yourself. You say you love me, but you basically love everyone. I'm not having it anymore. So it's super emotional, and you know how Theo's voice is, so
yes.
It's so good. So yeah, if I had all the money in the world, that would be my cast.
Yeah. Mm. Those are nice. Yeah, you should follow them if you're not already, guys.
I think that I am.
And they did a cool thing. They were they went submit a snippet, and they'll do it for you.
Oh, that's neat.
Very cool.
Well, Priscilla, Do you want to tell us, well, you've told us what all you've got going on, but do you want to tell where people can find you and if you have a website or anything?
Well, I am not put together enough to have a website, but the best way to get me is through TikTok, and I have my link tree on there, or Instagram, and it's just Priscilla Stone is like the name that I use, and then I have different handles for Instagram and TikTok. So I'm not sure. So TikTok is at Little Darkling, and then Instagram is at lovely underscore little underscore lunatic. So if you find one, you'll have them. You'll have them.
Well, if you find her on TikTok, she'll have it, all of it in her link tree. So.
Yeah, everything's on my link tree. I want a website, but I tried to do it myself, and it was just not happening. Like I'm not that kind of guy.
So you are, like, your ebooks are on Amazon?
Yeah, so they're all on Kindle Unlimited except for Samael's Descent. But Samael's Descent is a free EPUB if you sign up for my email list. So if you if you want a free vampire novella, again in the link tree, it's like a prequel, and all you have to do is leave your email. I'm not annoying, like I never even send out emails. I should. But I just like to collect emails, and then when I need ARC readers, I send something out. I'm like, do you guys still love me? So the first one is free on Book Funnel. Link is in the bio in the link tree, and then the other three are on Kindle Unlimited. They're also all four are available on paperback on Amazon, and obviously for Kindle too. And I've made
And what? Sorry, you
so
cut out.
so I try to make the EPUBs as like cheap as possible, but there's like a limit. Like one Samuel's Descent's 99 cents, and they wouldn't let me put the rest of them at 99 cents for the EPUB. So
Oh, I never knew that.
You did what you could.
Yeah.
I gotta
I'm
get on
so
there and get on
excited to
it.
go download stuff now.
I know, these books sound amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to the February 1.
I'm having so much
Really.
fun writing it. Like
Oh my gosh.
love being with them. Like it's so weird. It's like I really missed. So the Goliath based character is named Bathory, and I miss him. You know what I mean? I miss him, and
Aw.
I miss Zara as a couple. And people kind of gave me shit that love Samiel because he's kind of like her sugar daddy at the beginning of the book. Like
Mhm.
somebody's like, why did she leave him? I'm like, because she met a gargoyle. She's unwell in the head.
Right.
Like all my females are confused. Like all my females are like, they basically want polyamory, but they don't know it. So they're just like, no, I love him, no, but I love him too. What's wrong with that? They don't understand. You know what I mean? Why it's
Yeah.
We
wrong.
love them all.
Well, Priscilla, thank you so much for hanging out. It was so much fun. I can't wait for your interview on our TikTok.
I'm super excited. And seriously, anybody listening or any of you guys reach out to me. If for whatever reason, I have no problem giving my arcs out, my previous arcs to people if they really want to read it. I just want people, I'm just trying to get myself out there, and I will definitely need you guys to hit me up so I can send you the gargoyle paint art.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, I'm excited to meet you. It was really nice.
It's so
Yes.
fun to meet you guys. You guys are great.
I
Aw,
think she's
thanks.
going to hang out on Halloween with us too, right?
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
on the
you're
I
gonna
got
have
my,
a great costume. I know it
did I tell
already.
you? Yeah, so my Draculaura wig came in today. I'm so excited.
Oh. Too fun. Too
I'm like,
much fun.
I feel like I want to cosplay her forever after that. Just because it's like, it's Draculaura and Monster High. Like, why wasn't it a thing when I was little? I watch it with my
Right.
friend's daughter, And my friend's like always laughing. She's like, that's so funny. She's like, the vampire is like the short one and you're the short one in the friend group. I'm like, yep,
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
me.
girl. I love her. And she and her daughter named her Dracula doll Priscilla.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
She's like, I find Priscilla in the Barbie dream house with G.I. Joe and Wolverine.
Aw.
I'm like, oh my God.
Too fun. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see you then. I'll
Yep,
see you
I'll see you guys
around.
then. And
I'm gonna go check out your link tree.
check out my link tree, get the free vampire boyfriend.
Got it. On
All right.
top of it.
All right, ladies, thank you for having me. And I look forward to
Thanks.
seeing you again.
Thank
All
you.
right, talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.